Hey, everybody, and welcome to Crypto Fever. This is a channel all about crypto and all about the different kinds of coins that are coming into existence, which ones are scams, which ones are not. I might have referral links, but probably not because I'm not in this to just join in. I've learned a lot about the cryptos, basically, and some of these are really good, some of them are not. The one I'm looking at right now, Electroneum, I have put some in there. As you can see from the screen, the token sale is closed early, as everyone's noted. And more importantly, we're about 2 days away from the blockchain going live. So been a lot going on. And one of the big things that was announced yesterday is that the blockchain will be based on the Monero coin base. The real surprise is they didn't take that too well on the Monero forums. So I was looking at them, and that made me realize. So anyway, looking at the page, we go to the Reddit here for the Monero. For Monero, you'll notice that there's not only other moderators, but there are apparently core team members. So this is something to take a look at. We'll just go over here, and apparently, when we, I guess, when Electroneum announced that they were using the Monero code base, a lot, and that they have a Monero core team member who's helping with the project. Well, things didn't go too well. There was a little bit of anger and cursing and accusations of scamming, which is interesting because I've seen some serious scams in the past few weeks in studying crypto, and Electroneum doesn't really fit the bill. I can see why they'd be upset in terms of being personally invested in their code, but I don't think that's a reason to call it a scam per se. In any case, um, basically 2 days in, Monero, as we know, is valued at it's valued around 87, 88 as of right now. And I think people feel they feel a little possessive towards it, even though it is technically open source technology. So really, anyone can create a variant or can create a fork. I guess there's the sort of anger that you see in sometimes when you see rival distributions on Linux, but in reality, shouldn't be something to worry about. It should be something to embrace. But getting back to Electroneum, um, it's we're really close to the target date, and everyone's asking, what's it going to be worth the first day? My thinking is this: there are a lot of people who want to pump and dump this coin. So there are going to be people who are they're literally people who are half the people screaming about it are literally waiting for it to hit $1 and then dump the rest, and that's fine. You can do that, but I think it has a lot more potential than people realize. If this has 340,000 240 registered users, I can tell you right off the bat, because I watched as they closed the token sale. That's 40,000 users that have been added after the token sale closed, minimum. So there's a lot more users than people realize who are just waiting to get in on the Electroneum. Um, and so that's a pretty big deal. Well, it's Electroneum stats from Bill. Don't know who Bill is. You can support him and stuff if you send stuff. But these are Electroneum stats that have been recorded from the beginning all the way to the end of the token sale. So you'll see here the continued climb upwards, so on and so forth. This kind of interests me, but it doesn't tell me anything about pump and dumpers. But this tells me about pump and dumpers, because here what you'll see is Electroneum sold per register user per 30 minutes. Well, here's where it gets interesting. You see, you can only gather how much Electroneum was sold per registered user based on the number of people who were buying and based on how much they spent. Now, we can all see a magical spot right here at the end, right at the beginning, on October 1st at approximately 10 o'clock. Electroneum sold per register user per 30 minutes was 470,769.5 Electroneum. Now think about that for a second. The number of users spiked, and they spiked, if my guess is correct, I'm going to double check, but that user base spiked in literally, there was just one point, and it was towards the end of the time. I would assume that was towards the end of the 50% bonus point. Those are your pump and dumpers, and the total users registered per 30 minutes. If we are to go back here, we see that the pump and dump, we see the quick buy was here. That was at, hold on, that was Wednesday, October 4th, 2200 hours. Okay, so we know that there was 470,000 being sold per user. So if we go down here to October 4th, 2200 hours, there were 86.5 people registered for 30 minutes at that time. This tells you that a very small group of people right here bought a lot of Electroneum. And the thing is, those are your main pump and dumpers, because those are the people who bought in at basically at the price of 0.75 cents per coin. They bought for less than the actual value of the coin involved. Because of that, you know that they'll be happy selling it at a penny and a half. They'll be happy selling it at 2 cents. They'll have tripled their money at 2 cents. So the point is, you buy a whole bunch of Electroneum, you triple your money at 2 cents. I think it's a terrible strategy. It's that's basically a day trader strategy, and it's not very smart. I personally think, based on the strength of the team, based on the goal, the vision that they have, and more importantly, the resources that they have to achieve it, a very attainable goal. I'm not going to talk about people in third world countries or anything like that. I live here in the U.S., so my view is this: the goals are attainable, the team is there, the tech is there, the money is there. All those things are a perfect combination, a very rare combination, to be quite honest, in crypto in general, because every ISO now has a Tom, Dick, and Harry. I'll talk about ICO scams later, but the moral of the story is, this is a very unique coin. So I'd be very surprised if this doesn't do well. But I'd be very unsurprised if it drops below a penny the first day, and that is because at least 100 people are totally ready to sell 500,000 Electroneum at a discount. Thanks. This has been Crypto Fever, and we'll talk soon.